go right to Oregon, though, right? Didn't he go somewhere in between?
I thought he did. Yeah.
Oregon.
Okay, so he just went to Auburn to Oregon. Okay.
Okay.
And then he had his career resurrected at Oregon, and he played very well. And because I know he ended up playing for 6 years because of COVID and redshirting and everything.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, his development has been incredible.
Is that because of the head coach? Do you think Peyton?
Sean Payton?
Peyton being a quarterback coach, everyone says
he's a jerk, but
yeah.
No, I think that he's handled him with kid gloves because he knows that he needs him, whereas he was a jerk off to Russell Wilson.
Well, I think he didn't want Russell Wilson.
No, he didn't want him.
Bottom line, as soon as he arrived there, he didn't want Russell Wilson.
No, he knew he was stuck.
So now he got a hold of someone that was young and that he can mold and develop and turn into the quarterback that he wants. That's I mean, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
And Nick's is like, I mean, I think what was it in the last? I think it's the last 6 games. He's had 16 touchdowns and 2 interceptions.
Oh, he's been on
fire.
Tear.
Been on fire.
He's been on an absolute tear. So that's the AFC West, and then obviously the Raiders are maybe having buyer's remorse with Antonio Pierce, bringing him in as the head coach. You know, I don't know. I watched the last part of the season last year, and you know, I thought he was good. I thought the guys played hard for him. I thought he had a mentality. We're going to run the ball.
The Raiders are another organization. They are another organization like the Giants. I don't think it's
Mark Davis.
I don't think it's so much the athletes. Granted, I don't think they brought in enough athletes. I mean, I think they lack. I mean, you let Jacobs go at running back. Who do you replace him with?
Yeah,
nothing. You let Carr go at quarterback. And now, Aiden is the new head guy because what's his name broke his collarbone.
Yeah.
You know, so he's out.
Well, you like Gardner.
I like Gardner Minshew. I think I like him more as a person than a quarterback. But I like Gardner Minshew, man. Yeah. I think that'd be a dude I want to hang out with and pound a couple beers with.
Definitely. He's great.
Bottom line. I mean, what did they bring in? I mean, Bowers, great draft pick, right? He's turned into a hell of a tight end.
Oh, yeah.
But what did they bring in defensively? How are they helping out the other side of the ball? I mean, Crosby's Crosby, but what else do you have back there? That's
nothing. And that's
right. So teams are running through. Vegas,
they're not scoring
like nothing, right? So
trade Devontae Adams,
right? So so I think that's a lot of personnel decisions that they didn't bring in, a lot of help that they didn't accumulate for this upcoming season. So that does not go back to the head coach. It does not go back to the players. It goes back to the general manager and the owner of the team. I think if you look at the owners of the team's haircut, you can tell right off the bat they're fucked.
Because he's got the bowl cut.
He's got I don't know what the hell it is, man. A bowl, a thimble. I don't know what the hell he puts on his head. Whoever's hairdresser is, he's killed.
Yeah, I mean, he looks like he was in the Beatles.
That's awful. But bottom line, what I'm telling you right now is that's almost a mirror image. The Raiders are a mirror image of what the Giants are.
I hope it's not that bad. I mean, that's very scary. Please don't say that. I don't want to be a mirror image of them.
Right.
The other news, obviously, the Saints, they get their second win under their interim coach. Dennis Allen was fired. New guy comes in, rips 2 right off the bat. Frank?
Yeah, I mean, I think but a lot of times that change inspires players, inspires everyone to maybe perform
for a little while.
Exactly. So let's see what the long haul brings. I think that team has enough talent to compete. So how did they win before? That was the confusing part, and I guess that's why Allen was gone. So I think it's a good start for them. Let's see where they land.
Dave?
Yeah, I actually think the same thing on this one. I really don't have a whole lot of input. Change can just sometimes be a temporary thing, like it's a breath of fresh air. It's not necessarily, you got to really wait and see to see if there's really anything there.
Yeah.
I'm not huge.
I agree with you.
I'm not huge in, these interim coaches.
It's a tough situation to walk into either.
I think very rarely when you hire them, if they win a lot, very rarely does it translate. So, if they became a head coach, my the majority of the time, my thought process is I don't give a shit how many wins they have. As soon as the season ends, I'm getting rid of everybody and getting a new group in there. So, because I think that's like a trek. You know what I mean? Like, oh, new guy, brief time period, short time period. You know, the team isn't prepared. Other teams aren't preparing for this person's coaching style. They don't know how he coaches. If he's a decent leader or decent coach, he might be able to pull up some wins. I don't buy into it long term.
Well, what was frustrating, the Raiders had that Rich Biscotti, who took over